Michelle. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, English for Long Life. Throughout our previous video, we discussed which skill we should use specifically in order to learn English effectively. I guess you all might have decided on various skills, but English for Long Life directs you through the skill of listening and speaking. There is a major secret behind these two skills. Number one, listening. Listening is an art, and if you are a master in it, surely you are going to be a great speaker. A good listener is always a good speaker. So listen to anything in English at least for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. Number two, speaking. We must talk every day in English in order to achieve fluency. So many people, a lot of people, are afraid to speak because they are shy. What other people will think if they make mistakes? Remember, mistakes are very common, so don't worry about mistakes. Just try to express yourself. The easiest way to learn speaking is by introducing ourselves to someone. Although it sounds basic, this lesson is going to incredibly help you to successfully introduce yourself. It might be in your English class or an interview, or you might have met a new friend, or else you might have to address a large gathering. And in most of the time in our life, we get a lot of chances to tell others about who we are. But for that, you generally need a practice, because at the time of speaking, if you are not prepared of what you should exactly speak out, you might stammer or feel shy to express yourself. So the best way is to practice along with us so that you can introduce yourself in an effective way. So, let's get started. This is Lucy, and let us see how she is going to introduce herself. Hi everyone, I'm Lucy Roberts. I am from England and my hometown is London. I'm almost 22 years old. I am a Christian by birth. There are 4 members in my family. They are my father, mother, sister, and myself. I am interested in painting. I also enjoy surfing the internet. At weekends, I go to play badminton. For my primary education, I attended to Devon Primary School. Next, I went to Cambridge Secondary School, and later on, for my higher education, I mastered in accounting and economics in the University of Oxford. I am an accountant by profession. I've been working for the Central Bank of UK since 2016. My future plan is to start up a company of my own so that I could provide many opportunities for the citizens of my country. Thank you. Hello friends, welcome to our classroom. By this time, you already have listened to how Lucy introduces herself. As listening is the first step, keep listening to it for several times. Now we are going to move into the second step, and that is speaking. Here I will be teaching you the structure of how to introduce yourself. You've got one simple activity to do, and that is interrupt your details to the blank phrases. Let's give it a start. When we introduce ourselves to anyone whom we meet, there is a basic structure that we should follow. From that, the first one is basic information. Below this also there are some certain specific points that you should mention so that your friends could get a clear idea about you. Start with your name and then mention your country. Don't forget to talk about your hometown, your age and religion. Now let us see how Lucy does this. is Lucy, or you can even say, I'm Lucy. The most common phrase that you've heard is, my name is Lucy. So let's give it a change and say, I'm Lucy. Number 2, I'm from England. Rather than saying I'm from England also, you can use another phrase that is from England. Number 3, I live in London or I live at Devon. You might find why I have circled 2 prepositions in this sentence. The first one, we use in front of large cities or towns. And we use at in front of small towns or small villages. So as Lucy lives in a town, we say I live in London. Number 4, you can talk about your age with your friends. There are 2 ways to say, I'm almost 22 years or I am in my early 20s. The final one is, I am a Christian by birth. Next, we have to mention about our family. To start, first we should mention the number of members in our family and then we should describe who they are. Let us see how Lucy has done it. There are 4 members in my family. They are my father, mother, sister and myself. But what if you are the only child in the family? How are you going to represent it? Just follow this phrase. I'm the only child in my family. That sounds like I'm the only child in my family. Then what if you have a lot of brothers and sisters? How are you going to say that? This is how. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. Next, if you have to mention whether you are the youngest or eldest, follow this way. I'm the eldest of the family or I'm the youngest of the family. Later on, you can talk about your hobbies. As Lucy has a lot of hobbies, this is how she represents her hobbies. I'm interested in painting. I also enjoy surfing the internet. At weekends, I go to play badminton. Like Lucy, you too might have a lot of hobbies. You've got to do one thing. Insert all your hobbies to these underlined phrases and talk about yourself. The next important point that you have to mention is your education. For that, there are 3 ways. First, don't forget to mention the primary education, then your secondary education, and finally about your higher education. Let us now see how Lucy has presented her details to us. For my primary education, I attended to Devon Primary School. Next, I went to Cambridge Secondary School. Later on, for my higher education, I mastered in accounting and economics in the University of Oxford. The next interesting information that people would be looking inside you is regarding your job and work experience. Now let us see how Lucy represents her data. I am an accountant by profession. I've been working for the Central Bank of UK since 2016. And what if you are planning to join for a new job? You can mention one of these phrases. I would like to become an accountant, or you can even state, I'm looking for a job in the field of accounting. The final specific point that you should mention is about your future plans. Let us see how Lucy does it. My future plan is to start up a company of my own so that I could provide many opportunities for the citizens of my country. So now it's clear that you are quite confident to introduce yourself to anyone you meet. Although there are various ways that you could introduce yourself to anyone around the world, English for Long Life has presented you the easy method which you could use at the initial stage. As we promised in the earlier video that we would be providing you daily activities and tips, let's move on to these and see what they are. Number 1. Listen to Lucy's introduction for several times. Number 2. Prepare your own structure by inserting your details. Number 3. Have a voice recording for each time you practice. Number 4. Practice it for 7 days. During the first 2 days when you practice, you might find it difficult because when you listen to your own voice, you might feel like, ugh, but don't give up. Look, practice while listening to your own voice. Finally, the result is, when you listen to your first recording and the final recording, you can make a comparison between those two. You will be surprised to be transformed with your initial step just within 7 days. A lot of people face problems when they start to speak English. Number 1. Learners don't find enough people to practice with. Number 2. They feel shy or they get fear to speak up in front of others. Number 3. The learner cannot assure whether he spoke up the right words or sentences. But you don't have to fear. The unique trend of learning to speak English, English for Long Life, has already created a platform with our team members to help our students of any age to overcome all the above mentioned problems. To join with us, visit our Facebook page, English for Long Life, and drop down your contact details. Our supporting team will contact you immediately to help you to develop your English knowledge. That's all for today. Stay tuned with us as we will be coming up with a very important, fascinating and an exciting lesson with our next video that could incredibly help you out to boost up your language skill swiftly. Do you have any guesses regarding our next lesson? If so, please share your ideas by dropping them down in the comment section. Stay connected. Goodbye. Thank you for watching our video. If you have any problems with related to English language, please feel free to drop them down in the comment section. Subscribe our YouTube channel and do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you don't miss any